Hi, this is Chris. I'm going to do a walkthrough of the kitchen table, which is a premium recipes theme for WordPress. This theme is really just set up to showcase and display recipes, and it can be used for other things, of course, but that was the main focus developing this theme. What we have here on the home page is a header area, and below that is a 3-column setup. The header area is primarily controlled from the WordPress theme customizer. There's a logo, menu, and some welcome content, which is just page content that you can select in the theme customizer. And then there's a background header image controlled by the standard WordPress header image feature. There's also a parallax effect applied there, if you can see that. On the column section, we have on the left, this is just a widget panel, and then on the right is another widget panel. But the left side, we're using custom menu widgets to create a menu effect. And you'll notice as I scroll that the entire left menu is sticky, so that those links are always in view. There is a layout control here in the middle column. So we have a list view. There is a standard blog looking kind of list view, a small grid, large grid, and then there's a full view here. And as I scroll, you also notice that the last widget on the right side is sticky. This is just to utilize dead space. And at the very bottom of the page, we have a copyright message and some a back to top link. There is also let me change the layout here. There's also a couple of other tabs. We have a featured tab. This is a category that you can select, and then popular. The popular feature, this is created using a plugin called WordPress Favorite Posts. And the plugin is also used to add a bookmarking feature. So the popular section is based on the most bookmarked or favorited posts that you have on your site. So if you want to bookmark an item, you can click that link here. I currently have it configured in the plugin settings that you have to be a registered logged in user to bookmark. So if you're not logged in, like I'm not right now, you'll get a message here saying log in to bookmark, and that will link you to a page to log in. The layout feature here is using a cookies feature. So when I refresh the page, you'll notice that the layout that I selected previously is kept, and it's also applied to the entire site. So if I go to a category page, let it load here, you'll see it's using the same selection that I have. So if I change it here to grid again, and I go back to the home page, it keeps the grid view. So this is a nice way for your users to have a custom experience using your site. Let's see if there's any other things here on the home page. Let's see. We have using the custom menus, you can utilize the nested menus feature using the traditional WordPress menu page. And there's also a neat little effect actually where if the text extends longer than the space that's available, it'll add these ellipses right here. But if you hover on the link for a couple seconds, it'll actually scroll to show you the entire text. As opposed to wrapping and going on to a second line. I think this just looks a lot cleaner. And if you really want to know what the text says, it's available right there like that. Regarding customizing the theme, there are some color options that you can change. So here are just some samples. So here's a red example, like a teal. So these are just some sample colors, but you can use a color picker to change it to whatever you want. And there's also the option to have a brighter column here instead of a dark. And let's just go ahead and check out one of these recipe pages. So what we have on the recipe page is the title. We have some meta information. We have a cooking time and a serving size. These are just custom fields on the post edit screen. If you leave them blank, it'll default to show the date it was published and the author. So they're totally optional if you don't want to deal with filling out that information. There's the bookmark feature here that you can also use. Again, if I'm not logged in, so it's not going to let me do that. And there's a print feature. So this theme has a style sheet for when you print a recipe. So right now you'll see there's a whole lot of content on this page. And so when you print it, people that print recipes usually just want the recipe. So the style sheet takes care of that. So if I hit print, you can see in this preview right here that only the core content of the recipe is being printed. Instead, everything else is being stripped. So there's no header content, there's no sidebar content. Even the images here are stripped so that you don't have to worry about killing your printer ink. And it's also it also reacts to some of the features on this page too. So, but I'll get to that in just a second. So we have a slider feature. Oh, before I forget, there's also a share feature here. This is using the share this system. So you can literally share with any major social network or social site available. They really have everything listed here. And there's a search box if you don't see it right away. There's an email feature as well. You don't need to sign in to use this. This is something that a standard user can use to share recipes. This slideshow feature right here is created simply by uploading images to the post. You don't have to copy or paste URLs or create a gallery or anything like that. The theme is set up so that it will detect if images are attached to a post. And that's done just by simply uploading them. And you can rearrange them and control these in the post edit screen, and I'll show you how that's done. And then below that is a couple of tabs. So the details tab, this is content that's controlled from the content box on the post editor. Then we have a comments tab. This is an optional tab. You can turn comments on and off. There's a related items. These are generated based on the tags you have for this post. And this list is also generated randomly. So if I refresh the page right now, the related items are going to show differently, at least unless there's a caching. I might have caching turned on, so that might not be apparent right now. Let's see. So on the details tab, there is a ingredients and directions section right here. And there's a handy little system being used, check marking system. So this is nice for users that are actively using this page to run through a recipe, and to keep themselves organized, they can check off items that they've already acquired. And if they have acquired all of them, they can check them all. And if they want to uncheck for some reason, they can do that easily. The ingredients list, this is created simply by wrapping a list items with the checklist shortcode that's built into the theme. So right here is an unordered list of items, and I just wrap that with the checklist shortcode. And the same thing is done for directions, except for directions I'm using an ordered list, but really it doesn't matter because they display ultimately the same. I just added a little bit more space for ordered list items so that the directions are broken up a little bit more than the ingredients, just for readability, because usually these are paragraphs down here. But one thing that I wanted to point out is as you mark items off, if you go to print, it will remember what you've checked off. So if you are following this online and for whatever reason you need to continue later, you can pretty much pick up where you left off when you print it. So that's just another little nice feature. And if you don't want that, those check marks on your print, you can just uncheck them all and then print like that. And then we also have the tags that you've assigned down here to the post. Let's go just check out a basic page. Here's a standard page. We have the standard column, then the widget column on the side here as well. This theme comes with Font Awesome icons installed, and so you can use all of these fonts easily by using a built-in shortcode. There are various page templates. There's a bookmarks page template. As I mentioned, the bookmarking feature of this theme is using a plugin called WordPress Favorite Posts. So once you have that installed, the bookmarking system will be available. I'll just go ahead and log in now. It's just for the sake of showing what the bookmarks page looks like. And here you can see all of my bookmarks that I've collected. And you can also, once you're logged in, see secret posts that people can't see on the front page. And again, I can control the layout using my selections from other pages. So this list view will be applied to the entire site. We also have a full width page template like this. And on this page, you can see I'm also implementing the next page feature of WordPress. So pagination of a page is easily created using the next page shortcode in WordPress. I have a tag index page template, so this will list alphabetically all the tags that you have created, which is handy. And then there's also a sitemap page template. So this will just list every category you have, all your pages, archives by month, and then also a dump of your last 50 posts. And this is also used on the error pages. So if you go to an error page, the same thing, so that people can look for what they were looking for. Let's see, what else is there? Well, let's just go ahead and, let me show you the bookmarking feature now that I'm logged in. So once I have a bookmarked, or once I'm logged in, bookmarking is now available. Oh, I need to refresh it. Might have caching turned on in a funky way here. It's thinking. There we go, bookmarked. Okay. So let's go ahead and check out the dashboard. And as you can see, I still need to update 3.6. This theme works on 3.6. I just don't have it on this setup right now. So let's go to the theme customizer. And the theme customizer allows us to control various aspects. So we have logo control right here. I can upload a logo and it will change it. If there is no logo, it'll just default to show the site title. So whatever you have assigned as your site title. Homepage, you can display a page for the welcome section here. This is optional, so if I don't have anything, it'll just not show that on the homepage. But then I can also do something crazy. Let's just try something like the about page, see how that looks. Probably will look bad, yeah. So you can see this area is just created using an about, or this area is created using a page. So I have a welcome page created that's just really basic, like that. The latest categories tab is controlled right here. I have recipes selected. If it's blank, it'll just dump all of your posts. So if you don't want to filter them just by recipe, if you want to show everything, including maybe your blog, just leave that blank and it'll show everything. The featured category tab is optional, but you can control that there. Colors, you can control the background if you want. You can change the color like this. And you can also change the sidebar like this. Really easy. Background image, this is just a built-in WordPress feature. You can upload a pattern, for example, for the background if you want to use that. Navigation, you can control the header menu. So if I change the header to social, it'll change the menu right here. And the left column menu, this is also the home link right here is actually controlled by this left column instead of the widgets. So if I don't want anything, if I just want 100% widgets on this left panel, then I can do that by not selecting anything for the menu. And all of these now are widgets. But if you want to use a menu, it's optional. Footer text, you can control this text entirely right here. And then there's also a CSS styling box, so you can add or edit the theme using this box here instead of having to log in and hack the actual style sheet. So let's go ahead and check out now one of the post pages. And let's check out the herbal tea recipe. So for the edit post, so you can see I'm using the text tab right now, so you can see all the markup. But what I have is an unordered list of items for the ingredients, and I just wrap them with this checklist shortcode. And then I have down here an ordered list of items for the directions wrapped with a checklist shortcode. I have my recipes category assigned over here. I have tags created here, my featured image. And then down below here you can see where you can control the recipe time and serving size. And again, if these are left blank, the recipe time will default to the published time and the serving size will default to the post author. And then you can control the excerpt. This shows up on the listing pages. So if I open the front page here in a new tab. So if I go to, say here, this content here is the excerpt, as well as on this layout, this content here. So that's all controlled from the excerpt field. And that's really the gist of the recipe pages. On the pages section, let's just go to one that's using a page template. Let's go to full width. So my full width page is using the full width page template, and you can select other page templates here, you can see. And also, just to reiterate the pagination feature, this next page shortcode is a built-in WordPress feature, so you can use that. This theme supports that feature to paginate your pages. Let's also check out the widgets. So we have a left column and a right column section. The entire left column, as I mentioned, is sticky, so all of these will stick as you scroll. And then on the right column, just the last widget will stick as you scroll below what the listed widgets are. So on the left side, you can see I have a bunch of custom menu widgets used, and then a search box. So this block right here is a custom widget, custom menu widget, and then this is a custom menu widget, and another one. And then we have the search feature. The right column is using a text box for the advertisement. Just have a link here with an image. We're using the tag cloud, archives, and then the like box is also a text. I'm just copy pasting the Facebook like box short code, or not short code, but embed code. And there's instructions for that in the help file of the theme. And let's see what else we have. We have header control. This is a built-in WordPress feature. So you can upload the header image that you want to use. You'll notice that the image here is black and white, and what the theme is doing is adding transparency to the image so that the color you select shows through it. So right here you can see that I'm using black and white just because that kind of looks best when you're having the colors show through, but it's optional. You can have a colored image if you want. The bookmarking plugin, let's go to favorite posts. It's called the WordPress favorite posts plugin. This plugin is actually really great. It gives you a lot of options to control the text that displays. If you don't want to say bookmarks, if you want to keep it favorites, you can do that. It's all controlled right here in the plugin settings. And the main reason I decided to use a plugin for the bookmarking feature is I felt that if someone uses my theme and creates a lot of users on their site and they change the theme, it would be a shame for all those users to essentially lose their information because the bookmarking feature was built into a theme specifically. So I thought it was better to use a plugin so that you can maintain your users' data and keep this feature no matter what theme you're using. But as a caveat, I will say that this theme is built to work with this plugin. So all the bookmarking buttons and everything are built into the theme. So that's something that you won't necessarily find elsewhere. So just to go over some of the files that are included with this theme. When you purchase a theme and you get the download files from ThemeForest, you'll get a zip like this. And if you open it, inside there is additional content. So we have demo content. This is a XML file with the demo site content here that you can use to help get started with your site. There is a documentation file. You can see that I have a bunch of information regarding the theme and how to set it up and use it. There's a table of contents here, so if you just click something like menu setup, you can see how to set up the menu. There's lots of screenshots here. I took a lot of time to write this help file, so I really recommend looking at it if you use the theme. There's also a theme file and a zipped theme file. So this version of the theme file is what you would manually upload to your WordPress installation. And then the zip version is what you would use to upload to the actual WordPress dashboard. And then there's also a list of PhotoDune authors that I used for the demo site. You can see that I'm using a lot of food images that obviously I didn't take. These are just used from PhotoDune, so there's a full list here. Used a lot, as you can see. So these are all included in the download file. Let's see what else is there. I think I just want to do a really quick run through, so we'll leave it there for now. I did another video that's a full setup video. It's about, I recorded it at least an hour long. I haven't edited it yet, so it'll probably not be quite 1 hour, but I did another video that goes from step A to Z as far as setting up the theme on a default installation of WordPress, all the way to making it look like the demo site. So I go through every little detail there. So anything I missed in this video, if you have questions, there's another really long setup video for people that really don't know how to get started. So I hope that's a useful resource to you. If you have any questions, pre-purchase questions, please feel free to post them on the comment section of the item page on ThemeForest. And if you purchase the theme, please be sure to visit my support forums and I'd be happy to help you out. Thank you.